It's beautiful! Wow, wow, wow. I'm very impressed, everyone. Look at this. The ease of entrance. It does have the driving pleasure, which is quite influential in its own segment. The question of crossover SUVs was an easy question to answer for the Volkswagen Group. And the answer for Škoda when it comes to small-sized crossover SUVs is right next to me, everyone. The Škoda Karoq. Hello, everyone. In today's generation, crossover SUVs have become of very, very high demand. And Škoda has acknowledged this, and so has the entire Volkswagen Group. And this equally meant they had to devise a plan to tackle this problem. The problem of not having a crossover SUV back in the 2000s. Now, I'm very proud to tell you all that Volkswagen Group has taken a very strong initiative to tackling this problem, and it all started with crossover SUVs from the 2000s and in the late 2000s. And it is from here I'm going to talk about Škoda and their reputation and their debut into the world of crossover SUVs. So let's start with Škoda. Škoda is a brand owned by the Volkswagen Group, which is very well known for practicality. In fact, Škoda has earned a big reputation for being very, very family friendly and also very practical to live with. Consistently, Škoda has been scoring 5 stars in many sources for being great to live with. Now, I'm going to tell you all something very important that you all need to know. This is just the facelift version of the Škoda Karoq. This is not a new generation Karoq. It's just a facelift version. This Škoda Karoq costs 46,000 euros. Is this good value for money or not? We're gonna find out in a moment, everyone. Let's get down with this review right now. Over here, I have a 1.5 petrol engine, everyone. How amazing is that? And it's got 110 kilowatts. Now, that should be cheap to tax, cheap to insure, and you should have no problem because there is economic values as well. First, this is the exterior design of the Škoda Karoq. I like the front, it looks very interesting. So being a facelift version, it looks very much alike the last generation. In fact, this is another prominent Škoda identity, and I've seen this type of grille on every single Škoda of today. There's no hard plastic blocking it, so it's not a fake grille, guys. This is a real grille. I like it. There's actually air intake. The reason I'm pointing this out is because this is a prominent problem with some crossover SUVs and cars. They have the habit of having hard plastic that has no purpose. But on this Škoda Karoq, everything is in use. Oh yes, everyone. Over here is an actual air vent. Yes, an actual air vent, everyone. Now that's very good. And you do get a second grille right here, everyone. And then over here you get also front parking sensors. Very nice. In fact, I noticed that Škoda has a thing for separating headlights. So here you have a separate light, above you have a separate light. And I think this particular design is something new. Like, look at this. If you look at this carefully, something about the headlight ever so slightly reminds me of something Audi started, because I remember Audi was the first one to have this sort of headlight. Like, now over here are the wheels of the Škoda Karoq. I love those wheels. I actually like this particular design right here. Gray alloys and silver alloys. Very, very nice. 5-spoke, I believe. Yeah, it's supposed to be like a split 5-spoke or something. Over here is the side view of the Škoda Karoq, everyone. It looks absolutely stunning. However, on the topic of identity, it looks very similar to other Volkswagen Group cars, especially if you look at the door. Like, ignore the rear, ignore the front. Just pay attention to the middle of the Škoda Karoq. It looks like you could easily confuse it for a Volkswagen Tiguan or for a Volkswagen T-Roc or for a Seat. It also reminds me of Seat models, especially from this angle, guys. But then if you look at the rear, like if you include this entire rear, the first prominent difference between the Škoda and the Volkswagen models is that Volkswagen models tend to have a direct circular wheel arc, whereas the wheel arc of the Škoda Karoq is a bit more linear over here. Now, over here is the rear design of the Škoda Karoq, everyone. I really like it. Now, this is becoming another Škoda identity, and I've noticed this with the Škoda Fabia. They also have this rear light, like this. It's quite nice, quite good. I like it. And then Škoda also likes to put its badge in letters like this at the rear. Makes it look premium. I've noticed some questionable aspects about the exterior of the Škoda Karoq. The first questionable aspect I would like to point out is the absence of front parking camera, which is basically equivalent to the absence of a 360-degree parking camera, guys. 46,000 euros for a crossover SUV of this size and segment. I would have expected a 360-degree parking camera. The presence of hard plastic over here and down there, and also the proud presence of hard plastic onto the rear bumper, whether it's questionable or not can be very debatable, because the hard plastic presence actually pairs well with the crossover SUV theme, which is good. But then on the other hand, for a price of 46,000 euros, I would have sort of expected a bit... yeah, I mean, I would have expected less presence of hard plastic. And another questionable aspect I've also noticed is that for some reason you get what looks like grills over here, but they have no purpose whatsoever. It's just plastic bumpers that have this design, and yeah. Now over to the interior of the Škoda Karoq, everyone. Over here is the interior of the Škoda Karoq, everyone, and it is adorable. Oh wow, I love it. Ah! It's beautiful. I really like the leather seats, everyone. The leather seats are very nice, and I like the stitching on them. It's really good. So those seats are quite sporty, by the way. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. Quite busy seats. I mean, this is the first time I've ever seen such fancy seats on a crossover SUV of this segment. But it's quite nice. I mean, for a price of 46,000 euros, it makes sense. Interior looks a bit like a downsized Škoda Kodiaq. Because, I mean, just look at the design of this whole thing, guys. It really does remind me of the Kodiaq, especially this whole thing. Oh, actually, this whole thing is a Škoda thing. Like, I've noticed this also in the Superb, if I'm correct. The Superb has something similar to this. And everything else is, yeah. Everything else looks similar to other Škodas, but this whole thing over here reminds me of the Kodiaq. Except the only difference between the Karoq and the Kodiaq is that the Kodiaq has an extra storage space right here. But in the Karoq, there's no extra storage space right here. Huh, okay. So what we do have is heated steering wheel, everyone. We get heated front seats. So like over here, we get climate control with heated front seats and everything. Quite good, quite good. You get your center lock button right there, and... then you get some... Oh, you even get driving mode, guys. So over here is your transmission. And then over here is your infotainment system. It's just like the Škoda Kodiaq, everyone. And then you get those air vents that are parallel to the system. Very nice. And then... I'm very much assuming this interior does have ambient lighting. You get storage solutions over here as well for your telephone under this piano black trim. And you get a 12-volt socket, everyone. And you get... well, some points over here, which I'm assuming is for accessories. Those cup holders have a great reputation. In fact, they're super practical. And you do get a central console storage, everyone, which can double as an armrest, a comfortable armrest, guys. Look at this. Lots of space. Well, the space is as decent as it has to be for a C-segment crossover SUV. So I'm not even going to talk about it in that much detail. But what I can talk about in detail is just how good this armrest is. So, you feel it's too low? No problem. There you go. Now it's going to be more comfortable, especially when you're driving. And if you feel like it's too high, no problem. There you go. You can adjust it to your comfort, guys. You felt like the central console storage was not big enough. No problem. You get more space right here, and it's so easy to open from the driver's seat with the button right there, guys. And yes, Škoda likes to put the start-stop button right there, and yeah, it's quite nice, actually. It's quite good. I mean, it's also unique, because most brands always put the start-stop button here, or perhaps here. I know Audi puts it here, and then also here as well. For some reason, the steering wheel has quite a sporty theme to it. I mean, look at this, guys. Wow.
Wow, okay, wow. I mean, it feels sporty, and it looks quite busy. I mean, it looks quite sporty. This is the first time I've ever seen quite a fancy steering wheel for a crossover SUV of this trim level. I understand this is for the heated steering and everything, but yeah, it's quite interesting what's been going on. And then over here you get an extra control. Skoda loves putting this third spoke right there. In fact, Skoda is, I think, the only one that has this, because they always have an extra spoke right there for what I believe is supposed to be your cruise control. You get the lighting controls right there. Over here you get an extra storage solution. There you go. Good news, guys, you do get a digital instrument cluster. You have a storage space up here, guys. Oh yes, everyone, extra storage space for your sunglasses. You get some wonderful lighting controls, everyone. Look at this. Oh yes, LED lights, everyone. Over here you get your door bin, everyone, the driver's side door bin. It's quite nice. It can fit a big water bottle. And then you also get what looks like a net. It's quite interesting. I believe this is to hold the objects in place, but then... okay. The questionable aspect I'd like to remark, guys, is that for a price of 46,000 euros, for a crossover SUV of this segment, I have to confess, I feel like there's a bit of... I mean, the equipments are there. The equipments are there. But the first thing I would like to remark is, why exactly is there traction control right next to the handbrake, right here? For a price of 46,000 euros, you only get hard plastic door handles, and the lining over here is hard plastic. It's not squidgy plastic, guys. It's just hard plastic. And the window buttons and the mirror controls are all, well, at least you do get the controls right there, which is good. And you do get heated mirrors. That's a plus. But the questionable aspect over here is that there's no detail on them. There's so little detail going on. They look a bit basic. It would have been better if they had some chrome touches or something, you know, because 46,000 euros, guys. I mean, I'm expecting a bit of more detail right here. Another questionable aspect I'd like to remark is that for a price of 46,000 euros, you do not get electric seating adjustments. You only get manual seating adjustments, guys. Yeah. Now over to the rear of the Skoda Karoq. But the first thing I'd like to point out is how vast the entrance is, guys. It's so good. I really like it. The ease of entrance. Now let me just climb in. Let's see what it's like. Alright, so let's see. Wow, wow, wow. I'm very impressed, everyone. Look at this. The ease of entrance. It's so vast. And the space between the wheel and the B-pillar is... it's just 1 kilometer, guys, almost. I mean, it's so good. It's so good. I like it. I have a lot of leg room. I have a lot of knee room. And guys, I also get a lot of headroom. Wow. Now that's a plus. I think this is where the practicality does start to shine, because look at this. You get a nice beacon of hope with quite a lot of detail right there. That's quite nice. 2 coat hooks, like literally. One here and one right there, guys. And you get a nice handle right here, which is good quality, by the way. I mean, I like the feel of the handle. You actually get heated rear seats. Literally. You guys actually get heated rear seats. This is the first time I've ever seen such level of generosity from a Volkswagen Group car. Thank you so much, Skoda. You get air vents right here, guys, but there's no climate control whatsoever, but it's not a big deal. 12-volt socket. Or there's also a 230 volt socket, and there's also a little thing for your charging cable. Oh, that's quite nice. Wow. Okay. That's the first time I see such a level of generosity from the Karoq. Over there you do get a ski hatch. Otherwise over here you do get an armrest with cup holders. Wow. It's very nice, guys. Door bin is as big as it has to be. It's, I think it's a bit average sized for a crossover SUV of this segment. Oh, it's actually rather deep. Okay, maybe bigger than average. The boot space of the Skoda Karoq, and it is right here. You see the practicality shine yet again. Now, so over here you get your emergency triangle, which is nice. I like it how they put it in a conspicuous spot right there, so easy to access. And over here is your button for your tow hook. Over here you get some extra storage solutions. Very nice. and storage solutions are over here as well. And you get some accessories like these hooks right here. This is for your shopping. You get a 12-volt socket, and you do get tether points, guys. You do get a beacon of hope lighting right there. Electric rear door button, guys.
Here's my conclusion of the Škoda Karoq, everyone. I have to say I was very impressed with the facelift of the Škoda Karoq. It's a very promising debut by Škoda, and also overall I'm very impressed with the Škoda Karoq model, because you see, the thing is, it does have the size of a small crossover SUV, but it sure does preserve the values of practicality, which has always been with Škoda since the beginning. And that too, another thing worth remarking is just the equipment list in the interior. The equipment list was very surprising of the Škoda Karoq. In fact, I was actually not expecting some things to be there, but then they were there. So that's a plus, especially for 46,000 euros. Those are essentials. Now, for a price of 46,000 euros, is this Škoda Karoq good value for money or not? You know what, everyone? I think this Škoda Karoq is okay value for money. I'm not about to say it's the best, but then I'm not about to say it's, yeah, you know, I think it's okay value for money. But then I have to confess that I'd say it's a bit better than okay, because at least you do get some equipment. Like I did notice that the electric seating adjustment was missing, and the 360-degree parking camera was also missing, especially for a car of this price and segment. But then on the other hand, I have to confess there were some surprises, like the heated steering wheel, the nice cozy leather seats, and then also you did get the heated front seats and the heated rear seats. Those were nice surprises, guys. I wasn't expecting them, but they were there, and I love it. Also, another thing worth mentioning about Škoda and most of the cars in the Volkswagen Group is that Volkswagen Group is best known for its driving pleasure, just like many German cars. And this Škoda Karoq is no exception, everyone. It does have the driving pleasure, which is quite influential in its own segment. You want my opinion of the Škoda Karoq? I love this Škoda Karoq. I really do. This Škoda Karoq has got potentials, guys. Yes, I did find it a bit, you know, I was not really ready to say it was good value for money, but it is okay value for money, and I still love it for what it is. That too, there's two prominent advantages of the Škoda Karoq. Actually, three prominent advantages. You get the practicality. You get the good Volkswagen Group quality. And thirdly, you do get the driving pleasure. The unquestionable driving pleasure, guys. The driving experience of Volkswagen Group cars are unquestionable. That's the advantages you get. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos that are on the run. And also, please don't forget to check out my latest videos, especially the review of the Škoda Fabia. And if you're interested in competitor crossover SUVs of this segment of the Karoq, don't forget to check out my video of the Nissan Qashqai in the link. And then also, please don't forget to check out my videos of electric car reviews.